Stanleys. What up, guys? We're back. It's a Monday, and we're back here today. Like, love, share, hit the notifications, turn on notifications, subscribe. I can tell who is subscribed. You know what? I just did a poll earlier today. 90-something% of you guys listening to us are not subscribed. Hit the subscribed. It allows us to keep this free. We don't have to take money from strippers and homeless people. We don't have to write fraudulent things to the government to try to get some subsidies and stuff like that to keep this show going. But anyway, guys, everybody, welcome back to the show. And I am glad to see we have a pretty full cast today.
Yep.
So I will be honest with you. So we're going to start with, kind of the things that we are almost to Thanksgiving. Can you believe we are almost to Thanksgiving?
Yep. It is wild how fast this year has gone by.
It has gone by pretty fast. There's been some ebb and flow. It's been like a roller coaster I've rode all year long since last year, or actually since the year before this. It's been like a roller coaster. And right here, I'm up here right now, maybe right here. It should next Tuesday, y'all reach out to me. We'll find out where I'm at. But anyway, it's a roller coaster ride all the time in my life. But anyway, things are great. I will tell you this. So we're looking at this. We're almost Thanksgiving, and a lot of people are out there looking. I will tell you the day I walked into it's not my place. I don't want to say that. I go to Tony's locally sometimes to see what they have.
F you, Tony.
We used to do that. We used to do that in every one of our shows, the F you Tony's. But
I need to bring that back.
We got 18 people watching us.
Seriously.
Holy hell, that's got to be sometime we've probably been hijacked. But anyway.
Is this Joker right here? Yeah, what up, Jordan?
What's up, Jordan? Anyway, so we have these. So I go into Tony's. It's a Patel place. Nothing wrong with the Patels. I want to make sure we're very clear on that. I love the Patels, but they love money too, and they really, really do.
That's why they like you back,
right? But I've been cutting that off. I haven't been doing that as much lately. I went from 8 to 18. There ain't no way there was 10 people watching us. 10 more people. That was
there were if it was TikTok.
It could be.
TikTok, people pick up on that real fast.
Yeah, and I need to go live on TikTok, but I don't want people to be asking me questions at the same time when I'm trying to.
But that's the point. I thought to go live is that you interact with people in a live way.
I could do that. I could do that momentarily, but anyway, and I can do that here momentarily. I can go back on it.
Contradictional gamer, LOL.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think that's great.
I'm glad it's here. Time.
So we're close to Thanksgiving. I went down there to Tony's Place. I will tell you, if anything you're looking for down there, he had the CYPB, he had the single barrel, he had all the stuff that you're looking for. All of it over $400, though. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Ouch.
Elijah sounds legit. Absolutely. But I will say this: if we can get the gamer people to just start uploading us and making our crazy numbers, I'm totally down with that. We could even talk about some gaming things if we have to. I don't know anything about it. I have I don't even know what that word is.
I think they need to say hi.
Hi. There we go.
Hi. Okay.
Grebe Girl 4 says hi. All right. Hey.
Hello, Grebe Girl 4.
You have the right.
What?
I don't know what that was. That wasn't me.
But anyway, so he has everything you're looking for, but you're going to be. It's secondary pricing, every bit of it like that. Like even his like he had Eagle Rare on the counter, or not on the counter, but on the shelves for $99. He had Blanton's, if that's what you're looking for $99. He had Bookers for $99 in the glass case and all, right? So he had all these people or all these different things that were in the that's available.
We have the right to party.
We do.
We do.
Or he could have.
You have to fight for your right to party.
Yep. But so where I was going with that is they had all these different things that was that's available there. So the season is upon us, and there's stuff that's available.
Yes.
So I don't know what GG is.
That's what you're going to get when you get a lot of these weird people in here. They're just going to start hammering your comment section. So just
that's cool. I'm cool with that. I mean,
It's all good.
Ron Burgundy on the teleprompter.
Yeah. I'll read whatever.
Y'all doing?
But no. So you get all this. They have anything you're looking for there. I'm being serious. He literally has everything. They had the single barrel and also barrel proof. E.H. Taylor, had Elijah Craig, single barrel, both A and B series, and then they also had the barrel proof and not barrel proof. I'm sorry, the single special reserve or special barrel, whatever it's called, and then he had the toasted and all that. By the way, toasted is my favorite by far of Elijah Craig ever made. Probably my favorite Elijah Craig. I'm sorry, probably my favorite toasted barrel of anything, to be honest with you.
Elijah Craig's,
yeah,
that would be a hard one to beat.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I just looked. GG means good game.
Okay, yeah.
That I
cool.
knew. I just didn't understand from the context because usually, like, you
Yeah.
play a match with somebody at the end, you said good game. Like you play in Helldivers or whatever with somebody.
Hey, we went to a spike.
Good game. Anyway,
So went from a spike to back to norm. Anyhow,
So it's okay.
but
that's a fair question.
yes. So that is a fair question. So what has
Yes.
everybody's been everybody's best find? So I do have a 12 coming up
Burgers.
this year. So a Weller 12 potentially coming up this week,
Wow.
maybe tomorrow.
Nice.
I mean, I usually get everything that I want except for Elijah Craig. I'm not sorry, Elijah Craig. I'm stuck on that right now. Eagle Rare 17.
17.
Eagle Rare 17 is the one thing I can't seem to find in the wild or even with my relationships. I generally get a GTS every year, and right now I know where one's at. I'm just trying to hold off on not spending that kind of money for a GTS. To be honest with you, it's currently sitting on the shelf close by my house at a little bit over $700. I don't want to pay that, for it when I can hopefully potentially pay a lot less.
Well, that's less than what I used to hear it at, unless I'm mistaken.
It depends on which. It depends.
It
It depends on which one it is, and then it's also when the season ends. So, like when the season ends and it's gone from the shelves and you can't find it anymore, that's when the prices in the secondary skyrocket. Yeah. What I have noticed though, and I can't figure this out as an investor. You guys all know that I'm an investor with Bardstown. One of the things I can't understand. Yeah, I agree with you. It's too pricey,
Great.
but one of the things I can't understand in this local area. I can't find Bardstown anywhere. At
Like-
any of the Patel stores or anything like that, none of them.
Again,
And
the
I
special release or like the regular stuff?
can't find any of it.
Oh, okay. Good enough.
And I went to several
Wow.
just to check. Now I can find it if I go up to the crossings in Spring Hill. I can find it there.
Mhm.
I can find it if
But-
I go to.
Your locals and your regulars. That's what you mean.
Well, I mean, if I go to Vintage, I can find it, of course, and if I all that. But anyway, so is there anything we're all looking for? For me, I don't really know that I'm looking for anything. If I had my, no, I don't think it's a supplier issue. I think it's actually a relationship issue because I can that same place that I was just talking about not being able to find it. That's where he has all the allocated bottles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now they're max prices. They're all too pricey, but they're there, right? Whereas if you go to Vintage or if you go to Crossing, something like that, you can find Bardstown regular pricing. If I go to Elixir, I can find Bardstown as well. But I just can't find it, which is a Patel-owned place. But at these other ones that are right around here, I cannot find Bardstown at all, and I do not understand why that is. But anyway, so is there anything I'm looking for? I don't know that there's anything in particular I'm looking for. I noticed that my ration of bottles is definitely dwindled down since I gave the pours 66 bottles. So I noticed now that I'm like, I kind of wish I wouldn't have gave that away because that'd been a nice little throwaway tonight, or something of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we're all sitting here at the bar. I do want to talk about some football here in a moment because it was an exciting weekend. But David, what are you drinking, man? Oh, by the way, I'm drinking real fast. I'm drinking Old Forester Bottle and Bond,
Nice.
1893. Super solid one.
Interesting.
It's I haven't found it out in the wild very often. I did find it. It wasn't too pricey. I did get it at a Patel place. It was roughly $69. That is over MSRP, but it's not
That's
astronomically.
reasonable.
Yeah, it's like $20 over MSRP. To me, it's is it Spring Hill or Leary? Yeah, Spring Hill,
He lives
Tennessee.
near Spring. He lives real near Spring
Yeah.
Hill, and I'm in Murfreesboro.
And then we have Gino. It's in West Virginia. Jack is in Colorado, and then Rob on this show is from Pittsburgh. And then we have Billy, who is typically on here. He's from Miami. We have Chuck that's from Maryland.
Eastern
I think it is.
Wait, do you know this guy? You live in
No, I
Columbia?
don't. Maybe I know. Maybe I do. I live in Columbia too. So I live just north of Bear Creek. You can send me a private message.
I'm gonna slide in your DMs.
Yeah.
Assuming it's he. But yeah, anyway.
But anyway, so that's what I'm having tonight. It's pretty solid pour. I will tell you that it has a much more bite on the front end than a 1920. I remember I was talking about this the other day. Whenever I go out to eat, a lot of times I will get I don't know why it is, but I really like Old Forester. And I know Old Forester makes a fantastic mix with we live close by. We probably are neighbors, don't even know it. But anyway,
Look
but
out
I
your
live out in
window.
the countries. But are you in my driveway? But anyway, yeah, we'll have to hook up because and have a drink or two. But anyway, so every time I go out, if there's an Old Forester around, I definitely Prohibition or 1910 or something like that. I always get it because I find it to be something different, but something different than I normally get. But it's always readily available, and so I don't always buy it. It's like Michelle and I were talking about this weekend. She was like, I can't get any Buffalo Trace anymore. It's hard to find it because it's starting to become a little bit more rare this time of year, right? And now I will tell you, Tony's had plenty of them down here, here in but Columbia. But but what I was going to say is
he's having a good time.
he is. He or she's having a great time.
Yeah, they're having a good time.
That's cool.
But I was telling her this weekend, I was like, you know what? Woodford is a solid pour. Why don't we drink enough Woodford? I think that's the reason why it is. We become snobs of Woodford, and Woodford is solid each and every time. And the double oak is freaking good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's fucking excellent.
And I have a bottle of double oak, and that is fantastic.
I've not had the double.
But anyway, what are you drinking there, Mr. Pours?
I'm drinking some Pinhook Rye, which you might recognize. Because you get
I do recognize that one.
Yeah.
It has the green top on. Yep, it does.
It is the green top. Yep. I like this better than I guess it was their straight whiskey is their base offer.
Well, the straight
Me,
whiskey is, I don't think it's aged enough.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the problem. This is a little bit better. As far as rye goes, it's a little bit thinner, but it's not super rye forward either. So it's a little bit balanced. It's like easy to drink,
bright.
but like it's kind of ethanol-y on the back end. A little more than I would care for, but again, and this ain't me complaining. This is just giving notes.
No.
It didn't cost you a dime.
It didn't cost me anything. Only what it's gonna do to my liver. But
I looked up.
there's a double oak. Yeah, heck yeah.
the double oak
You
is
can't beat it.
By the way, Jordan, we're gonna talk football here in a little bit, and we have got to watch
You
the
better chime
game on Saturday because the Oregon USC game is going to be legit. But anyway, we'll get back to that here momentarily. Gino, what are you drinking, bro?
Gino is enjoying Bardstown tonight. We've got their Origin Series, their wheat. What is this? 106 proof? I enjoy it. This is one of my favorite wheated bourbons that you can come across. They really did a fantastic job at it. I actually, out of the rest of the Origin series, this is my favorite pick of them. So yeah, I'm enjoying this pour. I love it.
What's interesting is you bring up a good point about wheated, and because like the Wellers are heavy front wheated, right?
Mhm.
And
I wonder if they did this.
if you like a wheated, that's where I would always send you to that. But I'm gonna tell you what, that Origins wheat is really good. It is solid. That is
Oh yeah.
It's a heavy hitter.
This is 53 corn, 39 wheat, and 8 malted barley. And it was distilled spring of 2019.
But again, I'm also an investor, so I'm a little biased. Jack Frost, what do you have, man?
So kind of keeping it all in the Bardstown area.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm wearing
I've
my
enjoyed
Barton
those.
shirt tonight, by the way.
This is barreled in 2010, 10 years. So it was dumped 2020. And as you can see, I've been drinking a lot of it.
Yeah. He's going for that bottle age, like I was doing.
That's
Yeah.
funny you bring that up, the bottle age. My mother had said something to me this weekend. She was giggling because she asked me to reach out to Michelle to pick up some Seagram's dark honey, and Michelle, of course, laughed. I thought she was laughing at the drink. It's $9.99 a bottle, so it's not very expensive. All right, and my mom, and so I was laughing at my mom's like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, it's Seagram's. Like that's not. They're like pouring honey in. If you want a real honey, you need to get Nelson's or Short Barrel or King's or something like that. That's a solid, honey pour. And she's like, "What's the difference?" So I was telling her how the distillation process, and I was like, "Well, it's not only aged just 4 years. Some are aged longer than that in the barrel before that goes into the honey barrel." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "They have barrels that used to be honey barrels. All the honey is gone from it. They then put it in there," and she goes, "And then what they do is pour it straight out there." I'm like, "No." Then it sits in that barrel between 18 and 24 months. Then they take it out.
Yeah.
Right. And she's like, "Oh, that just sounds like it. That's genius." And I'm like, "You don't say."
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Here's a good question. What whiskey would you recommend for whiskey sour and old fashioned?
You got that.
One at a time, gents.
So I'm taking anything that is Evan Williams bottled and bond, Granddad bottled and bond. I'm taking a 100 proof whiskey.
Yep.
Because you can still taste the bourbon in the cocktail. And I actually was another local restaurant, and they had Rebel 100. They had Rebel 100 proof.
Yeah.
And it like 100 proof makes, for me, like a perfect cocktail. I don't care if you're talking 100 proof rye, because it's not burn your throat alcohol-y.
Right.
I think 80 to 86 proof bourbons, you tend to lose a lot of that bourbon flavor. So 100 proof is what it's all about.
Yeah, I'll go with a high proof rye on mine for sure. If I see something even that I recognize, I'll go for like, hey, you got that Knob Creek rye, and I'll put that in there. So
for sure,
I can agree with.
Good.
I mean, so for me, like Manhattans are my favorite cocktail when it comes to a mixed drink, and that's always poured with a rye. I always have them switch it out to a bourbon. So, but if I was going to go with a rye, I would definitely around here. I would go with probably a Pinhook or maybe Penelope, higher rye or a rye whiskey, and then I would do the same thing that Jack was talking about. I would want a higher rye because it cuts some of the sweetness out of it and allows you to get the natural flavors of the old fashioned or the whiskey sour. Now, I will also tell you that for a whiskey sour, I haven't had a whiskey sour since I was like 19. I know that's still 2 years before you're supposed to have it, but it's been a very long time in my life. Now, old fashions, I do have those every now and then. And here locally, American Barrel makes a fantastic old fashioned. I do think their Manhattans, definitely, if you go there and talk to Jonathan, ask for a chocolate Manhattan's the best, and they use Whistle Pig 6 for that. The piggyback, that is the best Manhattan I've ever had in my life, to be honest with you. So if you're here locally, American Barrel would be the place to go for that. If you go downtown, if you go to the what's it called? It starts with a P, not the Plantation. It's because that would be offensive. But it's called something like that. I've gone there several times. They make theirs with and I'll remember the name of the place here in a moment. But they make theirs with.
That's definitely true.
Yeah,
Probably everybody in this chat. Yeah.
Well, back in the day, it was.
Well, Jordan better not
was
say
18.
that, because just because he's 30 now doesn't mean I won't still whip his ass. My son.
Well, some of us back in the day, legal age was 18, but
Yeah, but none of us were born when that was still a thing. All right, so Rob, what are you drinking tonight?
Tonight I am drinking some Thomas S. Moore Pinot Cask.
nice.
So, Pennsylvania, since they are now
Patterson
officially-
House. I'm sorry, I am completely an ass. It's called Patterson House, downtown Nashville. I do apologize. That is Speakeasy, and it is awesome. Yeah, that's the best thing for you there, Jordan. And Rob, I am truly sorry, but I perseverate, and if I don't get that out of my head, then that's the only thing I'll be able to think about. I do apologize. Please go back to what you're drinking with that Thomas whatever.
Thomas S. Moore. So it is basically been discontinued.
Mm-hmm.
They are, if you follow the 1792, Barton has taken all of that product that they had for the Thomas S. Moore and just bottling it as 1792. You'll see there's a lot of new cask finishes that are coming out in the 1792 line. It's the same booze, just going into 1792
Different
bottles. But
Yep.
Pennsylvania has a glut of Thomas S. Moore, so you can get this in the state stores at like $39.99 a bottle now.
Dang.
Yep, and it's a good pour at that
Down
price.
from $59.99. So
yeah.
Mhm. I like their Chardonnay cast myself.
yes, I got a
I've
shot.
got one
I've got most
Knock
of
over
the
on the shelf
finishes here.
someplace. Mhm.
Now, I had a question about them.
Well,
So you
hang on.
said it's
First,
been
I just want to say hey to Little Old Fashioned who
Yep,
jumped
yep,
in.
yep,
Yes.
yep, yep.
And then that's hilarious.
What he needs to be
Pleading
pleading
the
fifth. Pleading
fifth.
fifth,
That's,
yep.
that's my son.
There's so many amendments, he can only choose one. 1, 2,
That's a
3,
good
4.
one. That was our first date. One of our first dates.
So I will say, Joe, if you were drinking those whiskey sours back in the day, those probably weren't what a traditional whiskey sour should be.
no, I'm sure they were barrel, the barrel pours or bar pours, whatever they call it.
Rail.
Yeah, the bar sours off the gun.
Yeah.
That crap's nasty.
No, I'm sure it is. But back then I was like, woohoo, take off your shirt. And then all my friends,
That checks out.
all my guy friends would take off their shirts. I'm like, I'm not talking to you guys.
That also checks
Safer that way, though.
Yeah.
Sure. But
I didn't say
now,
better.
let's
I
go-
said safer.
So, Rob, is there something or anything that you're looking for during the season? Now, granted, the season is sporadic. There's different points in the year that you have a season, but this is the main part of the season, hunting season. So, is there anything that you might be looking for? You're like, I got to have that. Or have you found something and you said, dude, this is solid. This is a solid pour.
Well, the only thing, since I am not traveling now, I'm sorry, I'm going to Atlanta for Thanksgiving, but I don't know how much hunting I'll be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, I'm not traveling for the remainder of the year, so I'm not really going anywhere to hunt. If it doesn't pop up somewhere online in PA, not really hunting for anything.
Yeah.
I found a Shanks and had it through PA, through their website in PA. I had a Shanks delivered to me.
That's you bring up a very interesting point, and we are kind of a little bit judgy in this group because we have had we all, not that we've ever sent dog shampoo to anybody in this group to each other across
Never.
federal lines or anything like that, and Tennessee state lines or Miami to Tennessee or whatever. All right, that we've done all this, but we have, with the exception of Eagle Rare 17, I have every bottle I could possibly want, and I don't need anything now. Now, do I need another 12? Sure. What's that say? All right, dude.
Said, all right, gents, like and subscribe. Ran out of alone time. Family life calls. Have a good night. Hey, man, thank
Cool.
you for joining us. Thank
Yes,
you for your
and
time.
we do this.
man.
We do this
Man.
Every Monday.
We do this every Monday, and you can reach out to me privately, and we try to hook up and have a drink together.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
cool. That's cool.
Yep.
All right.
But you know, so I don't really look for things, and then when I have found things that I wanted, the members of this group have been really beneficial with sending dog shampoo to each one of us, right? Or barbecue sauce or olive oil, whatever the cliche we want to use. But so I've had pretty much everything. So I'm not really looking. Actually, now I'm more of looking at like what's the deals on stuff. When I walked into the place to Tony's today, I set myself at a budget and I said, you know what, I'm gonna spend X amount of money, and that's all I'm gonna spend. And I'm gonna see what they have at that price point, and then that's all I'm gonna get. And honestly, I like that idea. Now came real close because they had some what's it called? The
Sounds good.
cool. It's the what's his name down there? The one that's down in Shelbyville. I keep wanting to say Ernest something or another, but it's not.
Oh, Uncle
Nearest. Yeah.
There
Uncle
you go.
Nearest. So I had some Uncle Nearest, and they had the special edition, and I was like, oh man, that's so good. But he wanted a little bit more than I want to pay for it, and it was above what I set as my goal. But I am looking for things that might be around my goal point, and I think that's what makes the season fun for me right now is trying to find something that might be around my goal point. And if I can find obviously Buffalo Trace for under $35, I'm buying it every time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a staple drink and it is really good and it's a solid one. But I am not that person at all. So I don't know where he got that from. Probably got that from his mom.
He embraces a larger view of the force.
Hey,
I don't. I think
I
think he wants to use his
do
mixed
enjoy
drink
tequila.
thing. I do not. I'd rather have I would rather have the hairs on my butt singed purposely.
Let me rephrase it. I enjoy good tequila.
Yeah.
I do not. Well, I have had not one bottle. That's a lie. I've had 2 good pours of tequila before, and I wish I could remember it. And I've been looking for it ever since. But it's a dark bottle. I do know that, and it tastes. You can drink it straight. It tastes like a bourbon. It is solid. But anyway, so
Is it that
Addictivo? No, it's not that. I've had some of that too, and I thought
the Reposado.
by the way, I do too. The one that has like the little shot in the glass up top or in the top of the bottle. Yeah, that's
the bottle's like twisted and stuff.
Yeah. That's a
Kinda cool.
solid pour. I want to make sure we're clear on that. That's a solid pour. I'm just not a tequila person. So moving around the window. So I've already told you what I'm kind of not looking for, but kind of, what about the rest of you guys?
There's really nothing that I'm actively hunting for. If I come across something, I'm pretty much I'm looking for something new, something different, something I haven't tried before, or like recommendations from you guys. Things of that nature is what I'm doing. I'm not actively out there trying to find and score this big thing. It's just not me. I'm just not into that. I just enjoy it. But just something new, something different, maybe the same brand. Well, like you were talking about the Old Forester, you are enjoying the 1893. I like the 1897 myself.
It's 1897. It's 1897.
There you go, 1897. That's my favorite one.
This is the bottom line. 1897.
Yes, yes, I enjoy that one out of their entire line myself.
I'm a 1920 guy here.
Yeah, 1920 is a good pour.
I'm with
I
you.
like
The Prohibition 1920 is my favorite by far.
Yeah,
it's right here. I almost opened it today. So
yeah, the 1920 out of all the Old Forester, and the only reason why I don't buy it is often like to keep it on the shelves all the time.
Everywhere.
I can go any day of the week and buy it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah,
it's the same thing like we were talking about the Woodford. I enjoy Woodford. There's nothing wrong with Woodford.
I think we've hit, and maybe that's where I think
the word
that's
we're
where
looking for.
It could be, but I don't like using derogatory terms, but like the whole tater process, right?
First of all, that's a lie. But go ahead. Derogatory terms.
No, I like derogatory terms, so I'm
You
trying
love
to clean it up.
derogatory terms,
but I'm trying to
You
clean it
can't
up
get
on
through
here.
You can't get through a sentence with that one.
Well, I'm trying to get through. I'm trying to be a better person on here.
He is.
You know what?
He's
I
trying.
encourage
But
that.
my point, and I do want to get to Chuck's point here in just a
Yes.
second. But when you're sitting here, when you get to a point in your, I don't know, into your bourbon, you kind of pick things you like, and you
And
go,
you
these are the
orbit
things,
around
these
that.
are notes I'm looking for, and without these notes, I don't really want them now. And we talk about it every time. Like we're getting into the season of the midwinter night drum season, which you have a fire going. I had a fire going last weekend, or last Thursday I had a fire going. You have a fire going, and you have all these, wood burning fire. You have these different natural notes that are in there. Having a single of that neat opens up all that flavor, and that's solid. But here's the thing: ever since High West sold to whomever they sold to, it's not been the same. It's not something I really get into, But yeah, Penelope Havana, the Penelope, we talked about it. We talked about it ad nauseum earlier this year, or actually late last year, earlier into this year. Might be the best bourbon on the market that no one ever heard of, and now they've been bought out and everybody's heard.
Yeah. So, but the Penelope Havana, am I correct in assuming that is like a rum finish?
Yeah, it is a rum finish. It is.
And will it be worth the price point, Chuck?
It depends. I've noticed that
the price point.
There you
does
go.
depend on that. Well, most of the Penelopes, even at secondary pricing in stores that are owned by Patels here locally, and I don't mean, by the way, I don't mean that derogatory towards Patels.
No,
my favorite people in the world are Patels.
They're doing their thing.
Yeah, they just really are like, hey, people like this. I'm gonna upsell this now. We don't have the what's it called here in or like you guys have in Virginia and stuff like that. Yeah, we don't have
state control.
Yeah, we don't have state control.
We don't have
so we don't have state control. So they buy up what they get, and then they put it on the shelves. And if they move it at that counts as part of their allocated market, and they're doing well, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
They maximize wealth. But the rest of you guys, I mean, like I wish Copper Sky was still around and stuff like that, and that's stuff I'd want to pick up.
So it's overwhelmingly sweet.
And so now with Chuck saying
So-
that's something.
Well, that's because Cuba is one of the last known countries that's their largest export before the blockade was what? Sugarcane.
Mm-hmm.
Sugarcane molasses. Yeah.
Yep.
I would think. Yeah. So, Chuck, follow-up question to that. Like, on a scale of, I don't know, Knob Creek Rye to Bumbu rum. Like,
oh God, Bumbu, it's syrup. That's simple syrup.
I'm aware. I am aware. That's why I.
By the way, it's super good for like if you want to give like if you're young and you want to. When I say young, like under the age of 25, and you want a penny dropper, Bumbu rum is the best in the world.
It's so hilarious. I had a coworker talk to me today that he actually tried Bumbu for the first time and how good it was and all that stuff. And you're like,
You just nod your head. And,
yeah, he's not a rum. If you talk about whiskey, like Jack Daniels, like it's this is the person who's not versed, right? And so it's just a question of like, you don't shit all over somebody like that. It's like, oh, no. Well, hey, maybe you'll like this if you like that, that kind of thing. So, but
it's like
I'm always encouraging.
It's like on Thanksgiving, I've been invited to a Thanksgiving meal where I'm getting to bring food, so that's good. But they were like, so I only have Gentleman Jack here and Scotch. I'm like, I got you. I'll bring some bourbon. And they're like, you don't want any Gentleman Jack? I'm like, I'm not trying to be rude, but there's not a chance of it. Like, I'm not going to drink. I mean, I'd rather not drink. Like, I'd rather just sit there and drink water the whole day.
No, it'd be like, hey, you got any sweet tea?
Yeah. Oh, if they have sweet tea, I'm set.
Just drink the sweet tea, man. Just I'm good. I got to drive.
I don't know if you guys have ever had. I don't like soda, but I bought a thing of Dr. Pepper cherry soda. Holy hell, dude! It's like life changing. It's so good.
Okay.
I'm not normally a soda drinker, but
I don't like soda at all.
At all either. I don't drink soda, period. But like, if you ever go to like any of those events where they have like a bunch of food trucks, there's one that does like an old fashioned like soda pop or whatever. It is like their birch beer and root beer that I can't remember what the name of them, It's fucking delicious, and they sell it like in the metal cups or whatever. That gets
So
super
there's
cold.
a myth
it's good
about
shit.
the relationship of Dr. Pepper, that it's a mixture between Coke. Is it Coke and something else, or Pepsi and something else? I can't remember which one owns them. I think it's Coke. But no, I'm sorry. Coke.
Dr. Pepper cherry fucks.
I don't know what that
Fucks
means.
hard. He's basically saying it's really good. It's like a younger person.
It is really good. I told him about it 2 weeks ago when I bought the case, or not the case. I guess it was a case. It was one of those long sleeves of it. I was like, I got to get this. I went into the freaking K. Rogers freaking hungry, and then obviously thirsty for sweets. And I was like, what I was looking for was the Coca-Cola Orange Crush. Oh my God, that is the best soda on the market. Period. And I don't drink soda. But anyway, let's talk about some football real quick. So we talked about the thing. We stayed on topic. We got everything done. So let's have some shenanigans right now. All right. So this weekend was wasn't supposed to be good football. This was some good football.
No, there were good games.
There was some great games. It started with Friday's game. Like, I didn't give absolutely 2 cares in the world. By the way,
But
you guys should be.
I saw you clean that up. I saw you.
You saw it in real time.
You caught an audible in your own brain.
I did, and it worked still.
Like Blue 32, don't cut.
Yeah, but it was one of those things where you look at it and you're like, man, like the Clemson Louisville game.
Mhm.
I was pulling for Louisville, not because I'm anti-Clemson by any means. That's not what it is. By the way, the game sucked. Like, to watch the game was like, wow, this is incredibly boring. And these two teams,
the paint is drying.
These two teams really suck. That's what you were thinking watching that game. Like, it was just horrible. But in the last 5 minutes of that game, you're like, this is the greatest game I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? It was amazing, which I usually find the Friday games peter into what's going to be the rest of the game.
Yeah.
That's true. I think that's true.
There is no doubt. Yeah.
This is so true. I hope it's not that guy from College Game Day this week that had the $1 million kick that he got.
Oh my God, he
twice. I seen him kick
and the second one was worse than the first one.
I watched him kick with the side of his foot. I'm like, why are you kicking with the side of your foot? Don't do that. Pat McAfee was like, you suck.
Yeah.
Twice. But anyway, so it usually bleeds into like Saturday. Saturday was legit. Like,
oh man,
A&M and the South Carolina game. I turned on the A&M. I wasn't even interested in A&M South Carolina. I thought it was going to be a blowout. All right. I turned it on. I turned it on in the second quarter after I got back from moving furniture that I was tasked to do. So I was moving some furniture, not furniture, a hutch. By the way, a very beautiful hutch. Got it back and all that stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit here and just watch some football. It was 30-3 at halftime. South Carolina over Texas A&M, who is the number 3 team in the nation.
In the first half.
Right. Could have been 6 interceptions in the first half, but he only threw 2, I think, in the first half. But anyway, Jalen Reed, I think is his name. Probably going to win the no, he's going to be second Heisman probably. I think Mendoza from Indiana is going to win it. And that would be my vote if I had a vote. Him or whatever his name is, Papaya or whatever it is down at Vanderbilt. That guy, I think he's.
Do I got a cousin out there?
Could be.
He said Papaya.
He's got an 18-inch neck though, and you do not.
I do not have an 18.
As a quarterback, his goal was this summer. He went from a 16.5, a little bit. Well, we'll just call it what it is. It's about the same size neck as I have. I have a little bit bigger than a 16.5. I normally buy my dress shirts that are fitted are a little bit less than 17 inches. He said his goal was to grow his neck to over 18 inches.
How do you grow your neck?
I don't know, but he did
neck on a human body, right?
Right.
Ways of making it longer.
He made it 18.2 inches. 18.2 inches in one off season.
What is the?
Because at that point,
and 2 why?
Well, the why is because, I mean, first of all, you're not going to break an 18.2 inch neck. That's like tackling a really skinny girl.
That seems like it's easier to break if it's long.
No, A neck like
Oh, you're
yours
talking
is
about the
much
thickness of
easier.
the neck. I think you're talking
Yes.
about the length of the neck.
No,
You said
No.
glue the neck. I'm like, I'm thinking.
nobody,
His
no
neck's
one
probably
in the world
bigger
thought
around
what
than
you
your
thought.
thigh.
I was very confused. I'll be honest.
No
Yeah.
one, no one.
The
in
African
world-
tribes
I've-
ladies
I've-
that put the
I've-
rings on their neck.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
That's,
Now it's
that's
like
the only
giraffe.
people that think that are historical people or David. They're like they just put a bunch of rings in there.
I
Just
just,
grow
But
it
I,
Dave,
I, needed some, I was looking
this
for
guy-
context, man.
Might as well go ahead and put
Skinny-
that tight bow on the back and grow it elongated too at the same time.
But the
Oh
thing
yeah,
about
like the
Dave,
Egyptians used to do. They like
Yeah.
bonehead themselves with the wood and the.
Yeah.
here's what you got to think about though, Dave. That guy's neck's probably as big around as your thigh.
It's bigger than his thigh. I've seen
Well,
his thigh.
I don't know how skinny Dave is, but he
He
is.
spends
a
a
slight
lot of
fella.
time looking at my thighs, apparently. But,
Well, I mean, it's a small thigh. I sometimes look at it and went, wow, how does he
Yeah,
hold himself up?
better than Mike Tyson, apparently.
I like for you to say that to Mike Tyson.
I'll say it, but I'll be fast on my feet.
You better be. Because
like
he'd be
it
like,
with it.
hey, I'm coming to get you.
So all I gotta do is hold still. Yeah.
But no,
No, I would not
so
fight
so
Mike.
so the
I would not.
so so
Nope.
A&M came back and won 31 to
Mhm.
30. All right, I told you it was 30-3.
I forget now. They posted that stat towards the end of that game. How many offensive yards total that South Carolina had in the second half?
Well, it wasn't that they
Because-
were so
No,
my
they were
favorite
barely
game-
in the double digits in the second half total offense.
So my favorite stat of the day was put out during the Iowa USC game. Now I am biased. I graduated from USC and I'm a huge USC
came back
fan.
on that one, too.
University, by the way, University of Southern California, not South Carolina here in the States or here in the southern states. But Southern California. They had posted that Iowa was 95-5 all time when leading by 11 plus points at halftime.
uh-huh. Boom.
They lost 26-24 to USC. And I will tell you, Mekhi Lemon, oh my God, that may be the best receiver in all of football. I know Ohio State has some dudes, and they do. All right. But I'm gonna tell you, Mekhi Lemon, he's 5'11". He's not 6 something. He's 5'11".
Wow, I didn't know he's that short.
Yes, and he is catching everything.
He's skying, man. He's
Yep.
yeah, he's got
He's
the jump.
legit. He's legit, dude. So that was impressive. That's what I love about this show is that we talk about everything. You know, we really do. I do think there was too much hype on the Pittsburgh Notre Dame game.
Way too much hype.
That was a
It was
blowout.
nasty,
That was a
yeah.
blowout before the kickoff was happened.
Turned it off after Notre Dame was up 14-0.
Well, I know how that went. Okay. I was about to ask.
Yeah, I think Notre
I was
Dame
like,
won,
in which direction?
Dame just
I- I
won.
would-
was
Like
I
like-
would've guessed
32-15
that,
or
but I didn't
something.
know.
I don't even think it was 15. I thought it was like 32-9 or something.
No, Pitt got the double digits. I think they had like 15.
Now
Yeah,
that
yeah.
right there, what Jordan's talking about right there is
Oh,
the
yeah.
Alabama-Oklahoma game. That game,
Alabama up and down the field, but couldn't get it in the end zone.
yeah, like Alabama kicked Oklahoma's backside the entire game
Yep,
with yards,
could not score.
controlling everything, but couldn't get across those two little orange padded thingies the whole time.
Yep.
And then Oklahoma was like, we got a legit kicker that wears like Daisy Dukes, and then we're also, I'm being legit about that. All you gotta do is Google
And it's not just a
Oklahoma's kicker, and you will see Daisy Dukes. It will pop up online. You'll be like, wow, really? He really wears Daisy Dukes on there.
It's not just the kickers anymore either, man. You can watch a lot of them, man. Their damn knee pads are in the middle of their thighs. It's like, seriously,
They
dude.
get out of their own way. Simpson had a bad game.
I wouldn't say it had a bad game. I disagree with Jordan.
No,
there.
he had a good game.
I think he
It's
did.
just a
It
good
was
score.
not on Simpson. It was not on Simpson.
No.
And then the nightcap was there was 2 nightcaps. BYU molested. Who was it? They played.
That's another big, stocky quarterback. That quarterback for BYU.
Yeah, number 47. He's a quarterback
47.
with the number 47. He's 245 pounds, and he's a freshman.
No, actually, no. They interviewed him before the game. They had him mic'd up, one of those mic'd up moments. and one of his other players came over and said, "Dude, are you really?" I think it was like 255 or 260 pounds. He said, "Yeah, man. Yeah."
That's a legit. That's a legit quarterback. That's remember that guy
Boom.
from Kentucky back in the day?
Oh,
was like
yeah.
300
Went to
pounds.
Coaching.
Well, he's dead now. He died.
Did he die? He went into coaching. What the hell was his name? He played for Louisville, didn't he?
No, he played for Kentucky. I'm gonna put fat quarterback.
Okay.
Quarterback for City comes up this very first. Jared Lorenzen.
Okay.
He died in
All
July
right. I was
3rd,
thinking different guy.
2019.
I was thinking a different guy.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I mean, hold on a second.
This guy right here was a quarterback legend.
Yeah.
That was him.
That's back in the arena. Yeah, he
Yeah.
played arena ball.
Lorenzen is his name. This is him.
Yeah.
Indoor football team called the River Monsters. They had him listed at 320.
He's nimble.
Reports are saying he was close to
320 pounds.
Wow.
That's a big fella.
That's a lineman.
What did they say?
Mm-hmm.
He threw at ankles and had zero pocket awareness. Wouldn't call that great. We got strong opinions out here.
I know.
Well, I can't believe
I saw a
can't-
different
Threw at
game.
ankles.
It's all
I
good.
saw a different game too. But let's talk about so I mean, no one's really gotten in this conversation but me and you, Gino. So what about anybody else? What would you Joe watch any figure skating this weekend that you guys got into?
Man, I'll tell you what. I was outside fixing something on my Jeep, and I can hear all of the Bronco fans going apeshit crazy
On Sunday.
yesterday.
Oh, I'll bet. Oh.
What happened? I
Well,
didn't
Kansas
watch.
City is one of their biggest rivals between it's
Ah,
Kansas
so
City
they beat 'em.
and the Raiders. Those are their two biggest rivals. More so Kansas City these last couple of years because
I hate the Raiders as much as I hate the Dodgers.
But go ahead. Did they win?
Yeah, they won. They made it. I think it's 8 in a row, and they pushed Kansas City to 5-5. I think
Cool.
so. Kansas City's
Yeah,
out of the
man, I
playoff
like
bubble,
that. Yeah. And I'm not a
and
Broncos
the Broncos
fan.
are first in their division.
They're still in the West, right?
AFC West, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Well, there was some silence there. So good.
No, it's like I have not
I watched
Steeler
a
fan.
pro
I've
game.
always been a Steeler fan, and I think I've watched a grand total of maybe about 15 minutes of Steeler football this year.
I have not
That's how much
watched
pro football I've watched.
I don't watch pro football for whatever reason. And I mean, yes, do I love the Chargers or did I love the Chargers when they were in San Diego? Of course I did. That was my favorite team in the world. All right. LaDainian Tomlinson, I get on Preston all the time. He took, so I have framed jerseys in my man cave and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And Preston took, and he was like, I'm taking the game worn jersey, one of your game worn jerseys. I'm like, cool. He's going to take LaDainian Tomlinson. I have two of those. I have one Phillip Rivers, and then I have a bunch of USC people. And I was thinking, there's, the options or the odds are in my favor, right? Like he's going to do something appropriate.
Yeah.
He took OJ Simpson's jersey. And so he has a shrine of OJ Simpson in his room. All right. And I'm like, dude, no girl is going to like this.
It's not a great look.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
It's really not.
And he's like,
It might, you guys.
no, there's not. You can't defend that.
I'm not defending anything about it. It's just I'm talking
I took
about
it down, man.
their
I was
age.
like,
At their age, they probably don't really remember most of that because how long ago was that?
that he killed Nicole Simpson and the other guy.
The other guy.
Waiter.
Yeah.
Ron.
Do you think
Ron,
about
yeah,
it?
Ron. There's a
That's been
Ron
good-
in there.
It's been a good while ago, so they might
His
not relate
family-
to that.
His family just got $35 million out of OJ's estate. They just
Yeah.
awarded it this
Wow.
past week.
Cool.
I think that's good. Ron
Yeah.
Goldman. Ron Goldman. That was his name.
There we go.
Something-
But they might
that
not
wasn't
relate to
across
that
the line.
anymore. It
doesn't matter.
That long ago.
He's lived in this house, and I told him, I'm like, dude, there's like Preds jerseys you can take. They're game worn. There's I had them all packed up, and I still do. They're back there in the back there, past this door. I have a bunch of professional jerseys that have been game worn. I have them all packed up, and they're all Ziploc and all this. He's like, I'm taking this one. I'm like, cool. And I could tell it was USC colors. And then he gets there at his dorm, August 16th, and he unpacks it and he puts it in the frame. I'm like, oh, my God. He's like, I think I just put it right here. Look, a little shrine. I'm like, I can't believe I raised this kid. I really can't.
Hey,
Let's go back to college football next year.
Haven't they? The Saints have won one, haven't they?
Was it Pete Carroll?
Yeah, I'm not excited about that. Pete Carroll is the head coach of the Raiders, and that is weird. That is very weird.
Very weird.
But
I don't know. Have the Saints won a game?
No. Well, I mean, the Saints have had to win a game because I heard the other day that the Titans
Tennessee's up for the first pick.
Yeah, I was going to say they're in first place of the last teams. So,
but yeah, I don't know. I don't.
If you're not first, you're last.
Well, they are last and first.
They're the first of the last in this case.
Yep.
That's great.
They're the first of the last. Dude, we're at 10 minutes left in our show here. It's been a good show so far. Remember to like, love, share, turn on the notifications, subscribe. 92%.
That's right. Yeah, we got a new guy from Columbia. Isn't that wild? Like, what are the odds of that? Or did they find you because they know you from other Columbia stuff? I wonder.
I do talk about this a lot.
Yeah. Let me go back.
Well, it's all over TikTok. You posted it. I shared it.
It's a YouTube follower. So, and I actually it kind of shows you like where they're coming in from.
Well, he seemed fairly knowledgeable on the whiskey end of it, so maybe he was doing some surfing, and boom, here comes this live Whiskey Rebellion Barcast.
He's like, man, I'm thirsty. I want to watch something. So it was either bourbon or porn, and he went bourbon.
The night's still young for me, so.
I was about to say, why not both?
Because 2 minutes later, I want to cuddle and go to sleep.
Pretty much. I'll be in bed in 22 minutes.
I usually watch some type of conspiracy right before I go to sleep. Like the most recent thing that's been up. So this is definitely a bar conversation. So the most recent thing that's been popping up into my feed is the moon landing real? And they bring up some interesting. I'm with you. I think it is real as well. But they bring up some interesting aspects. They bring up the concept of well, they didn't have these giant fuel things for them to lift off from the moon, this and whatever. I'm like, well, we're not talking about the same amount of gravitational pull. And the other thing is when you get to a certain height, you're going to get gravitational pull from the Earth. So you're not going to need as much fuel. And then they're using centrifugal force is how they landed.
Yep.
So that whole argument doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But there are some other things that kind of hit me. Like the flag does move in a zero atmospheric place, right?
People
that really
are calling
happens.
it the heat waves off the sun.
I'm thinking it's just convection, man.
Convection is a very probable aspect of it. Yeah,
that'd be my opinion. And if you watch back, and the reason why the films right now are so shitty about it is because the originals were recorded over. So they had to go back. They had to go back and go to old TV broadcast footage to show the footage.
Mm-hmm.
And then they talk about, well, Nixon talked to him on the moon, from the phone in the White House. I'm like, I'm like, first of all, we're talking about a phone, so let's don't really go into that. How are they talking to Houston? That would be my intercept. However they got to the White House is probably not a real issue, but how they got to Houston might be a thing. And I think what they did was probably AM waves because they travel much further. So it was a giant delay, I'm sure.
Yeah, and to the moon is not that big of a delay.
No, that's not true. Because I remember when I was overseas and I used to call in from Japan, there was still a delay between Japan.
There was a delay, but it's not as big a delay as you think it is.
It's like you're talking about in like a few seconds and like
No, it's
30
like you're going to
minutes.
talk. There's
Yeah.
dead space, and then there's talk.
Well,
Yeah.
but wouldn't
I showed
Houston, or at
Jackie
least
Gleason the
America,
aliens.
don't you have to be in like, I don't want to say visual contact, like, right? Because if they're traveling on the dark side of the moon, they can't contact. If
Yeah.
Houston and USA is
Well, the
on
moon
that
does
side-
it. The moon doesn't rotate. It's the
No.
same side all the time.
Yeah,
It does
not,
the
what I'm
same
saying is like
side all the
if
time.
Houston was on the backside and the moon is here, like how are they communicating? Like, don't they have to be kind of aligned
Yes.
to communicate?
Yeah, wasn't the whole thing about like Apollo 13 and like at some point they were going
Well,
to the
Apollo
dark side of the
13
moon
was a
and-
failed
Apollo
mission.
13 blew up. Never.
No, it didn't blow up. It was the one that had they made the movie about.
the one that
Yes.
the Tom Hanks
They
movie.
blew up
yeah.
the fuel cell.
Yeah, the
Right, but
fuel cell, yes,
but
not the
everybody
whole
made
thing.
it back. Everybody
Yeah,
made it back.
Yes.
But that was
Unlike
like
the
a
Chinese
feature of
guys
it.
that are stuck up in orbit right now.
Who?
Really?
Yeah, there's Chinese astronauts they can't bring home. They're stranded.
That
Dun,
seems
dun, dun,
kinda-
call up Elon. He'll take care of that. I think
But,
the most
no,
amazing thing
because-
with rockets right now is
Model
when,
kills.
and so
Oh,
I'm
shit.
not a so I think we're very clear on this. I'm not a giant fan of Obama by any means, but one of the things I am super stoked that he did was he privatized the space race,
Yes.
and that's my favorite accomplishment that he did was privatize that. It reduced our major. I mean, first off, the government should be involved in anything. So when the government's involved, they spend way too much money on some random nonsense.
Bingo.
Since we can talk about healthcare right now, and that's what's going on with that. But we're not.
Talk about the
Let's talk about
Postal Service.
rockets. And so when you have a person like Elon doing it, it allows people like me, they're investors, to invest in hedge funds and stuff of that nature towards these type of things, and then you get to maximize the payload. But what I love best is how, I mean, who would ever thought a rocket could land itself, like land that entire booster back down to the ground, or land it in the middle of the ocean, which that was the first one they did. They landed in the
Yeah,
ocean.
landing on a ship.
Yep, on a ship, on a barge.
Think
And
about it.
that was freaking amazing. Like that is technology that you look at and you go, wow.
And see, that's the thing. That's the reason why I'm glad it's privatized, because the leaps and bounds that they have made and all that technology, we'd still be fucking around with a damn space shuttle still. You know, we weren't going to be innovators. This thing was working. No one was really caring to move anything further. You know?
So I was watching a thing the other, because the other thing I like to watch is people go to jail. That's another one that shows up in my algorithm for YouTube.
Watching
is-
people go to jail.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
Some-
man.
You're
Whatever.
like being arrested.
Patrol Live, best show on TV.
What's it called? What?
On Patrol Live. It's
Okay,
on
so it
Reels.
sounds like cops.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not the one I watch. I watch after they get sentenced. So one of the things I was looking at was the people that are at ADX in Colorado, and I didn't know that one of the guys in ADX right now. What's it, ADX Florence? Is that right?
I don't know.
Uh, Jack, you would know. You live up in Colorado.
There
Let's go
is
Google. I
yeah,
could've-
that's the Supermax, right?
Yeah. It's supposed to be the Alcatraz of the Rockies.
Yeah, it's
Um,
Carson City.
But anyway, I was watching the thing, and I didn't know that there was a spy that leaked evidence to the Chinese about the B2 project.
Canyon City.
Mm.
And I was like, wow, that's interesting, because that is fascinating to me, because that's the reason why like some of our stealth technology is owned by Chinese now.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's fascinating.
But yeah, not only do they take pictures of that stuff out there, but with the super powerful telescopes, they've zoomed in the lunar rover. You can still see it sitting right where they parked it. You
Yeah.
can still see the stuff.
Yeah, well, with my Samsung phone, I can see it as well. So
Well, I'm sure you can, but with a telescope, you can actually see it on the surface of the moon.
I didn't know that. Are you talking about the
Yeah.
the lunar pads where they had the
The lunar rover, the leftover.
No, I knew the rover was still there. But, I mean, what's the chance
Yep.
of seeing the rover there? You know, but
Yeah, the base.
I'm
The
still waiting
base
for them to build a moon base. Personally, I'm ready for that.
well, apparently Elon's going to do that by 2030.
That's
I,
why
I remember years ago he was talking about that, kind of like using the moon as like a kind of a jumping off point to get.
I don't think that's
out of
possible.
Earth
I
orbit.
really don't think the jumping off point from there, it needs to be further out. I think Mars would be the jumping off point, but the problem is
So-
that it's still so far away from it, and you have to use
Yes.
the science that goes in. And we were talking about this before,
Mhm.
but like to get to Mars, you have to circle the Earth. I think it's like 7, 8, 12 times. I don't know. It could be 33. I don't know, but you have to build
A
so
bunch.
much centrifugal force
Yeah.
to shoot out.
to shoot out there. But the problem is you still don't have enough fuel. That's the problem.
They're
Is
fixing
that
So when I used to live at the old place before it got flooded, there was a big group of people who used to go out with dogs and whatever. And one of the dog owners' husband works for SpaceX, and they're currently trying to engineer and build a refueling station.
Yep, that's what I
That's going to be in orbit.
because and here's the reason why they're going to do that is because there was a scientist that came up with it, and this was a couple weeks ago. I talked about it on the show. He was talking about the mathematical equation that is impossible to overcome right now. There is not enough a person can't live long enough, plus also fuel and livable atmospheric conditions to be able to go around the moon, around the Earth enough times to create enough speed. By the way, which is so in order to break the Earth's gravitational pull, and I've talked about this numerous times on here, and I hate to get all nerdy on you, but it's 23,736 miles an hour. All right. That's how you travel 7 miles per second. That's what that equals. All right. On Elon's last launch, he was able to get the rocket to reach speeds of 24,000 and something. I was like, wow, that is way up there, which is a little bit over 7 miles per second. But the problem is the rocket, there's not enough fuel. Like, so the fuel that it would require just to break the Earth's gravitational pull, and we're all sit here and go, well, we've all seen rockets go up in space, is that would take, you would flood all of downtown Columbia. If you're here locally, you would flood all of downtown Columbia with fuel at least a foot deep. So you just can't do it. There's just not enough to do that. So that's the reason why when you see a rocket go up in space, it turns sideways, because it's doing what? It's using centrifugal force to slingshot it.
Slingshot
into
itself
space
out. Yeah.
to hit that 7. That's the reason why I always say it. There is not anything on Earth currently that can travel 7 miles per second. There's just not. There's not enough fuel. You can think, well, a rifle can shoot around 3,600 feet per second. I'm like, that's great. 7 miles is what I said.
Yeah.
And by the way,
And also for
that's
how
what he just
long.
brought up. It's coming down back to Earth because it can't. You're right.
down.
It can't break Earth's gravitational pull. So
Because
the
it may leave that muzzle velocity. It may leave at that speed, but as further it travels, the slower it travels.
Yep.
But and that's the way
Well, no,
gravity
that's-
works. Is
it's
that
also
a
dropping.
bullet fired from a gun, pointed evenly, and a bullet dropped to the ground, or split more or less at the same time, will hit, because that's just how gravity works.
What's heavier, a pound of feathers or a pound of rock?
Let's debate that.
Exactly.
Yeah, both
Exactly.
Listen, guys.
Yeah.
What about
Like love-
volume?
Like, love, share us, subscribe 90%. I would call it 99% of you guys are not subscribed. Get subscribed to our channel. Send us messages. Everything needs to be addressed to David. Papaya.
Papaya.
Pop it in.
Papaya. David Papaya. Yeah, send it to David Papaya. That
Papaya?
motherfucker.
I know it's
can't stand
popping
his
in,
ass.
but I
No,
say that every
It's
time.
actually,
Papaya.
it's actually not that either, but yeah.
It's close.
Papadin?
It is close. Inaccurate is
John?
also close.
All right. So what is it?
Papayan.
Papayan. Okay. Well, I was
Papaya.
It's always been that way.
it has.
It's
It
all
has.
good.
It's like-
1897 or whatever, like the old forest.
So anyway, like, love, share us. If you're not part of the VIP, you want to be part of the VIP. Everybody, thank you for being on the show tonight. Whether it's Dave or Gino or Rob or Jack Frost, thank you all for being here. Thank you for having a good time with us. And all be good to yourself, man.
There you go.
Gents, be good to yourself.
Have a great week, gentlemen.
That's right, and we'll see y'all next week.
Or not.